What's up, mamas? I'm Rebecca. You're watching the Reseller Mom Show. Thanks for joining me today for a Sunday edition of What Sold Fast on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. This is going to cover the week of September 22nd through September 28th. I cannot believe that we are getting into fourth quarter. This is going to be the craziest time of year for me, not because of reselling, because literally my whole entire family's life happens. All our birthdays, all the holidays, like everything happens at the end of the year. So I'm about to get bonkers. But I am excited to share with you this week's sales, everything that sold fast, and some high dollar, over $30 sales. I will say in general, this week has not been one of my best, but I have been focused on some other projects and kind of like splitting myself a little bit thin. But I still think I take all the sales. I'm happy for all the sales. I'm happy that I had some over $30 sales. I'm happy that things are still selling in less than 2 weeks. And so all of it is good. And hopefully you will find something out of this that will be helpful to you, a new brand to pick up, or just a brand that maybe you hadn't thought of and you'll give a second eye, or just some general comps, overall. So I do want to just take a quick second. I promise I won't be doing this all the time, but I am very excited that I started an Etsy shop specifically for the Reseller Mom Show. That's the sponsor of this video until someday maybe I have real sponsors from real companies that aren't my own. But I have put a lot of time and effort into bringing you some resources and tools to help you in your reselling business, things that I use in my business and that I'm sharing with you for a small fee, because there are actual things that I put together. All of my ideas and everything, topics, ideas, things I want to share with you are free on the YouTube channel. I've been doing this for a little over 7 months now, and I'm happy to give all that away. But for things that I put a little time and effort into, like it's an actual tool, I hope you don't mind that I charge a little something for it. I do have them all available in the Etsy shop. It's etsy.com/shop/the Reseller Mom Show. There is an ebook, which I'm super excited about, on how to execute a local closet clear out service. It gives templates, tools, a spreadsheet, everything beyond the video that like you can't share in a video. Like, what am I going to do? Read every single email or Facebook message that I send? I mean, I did read some, but anyway, I'm not going to go through everything, but do me a favor and check it out. See if there's something that's helpful to you. If not, no big deal. And if something like these inspire you to create something for yourself for free, do that. But if you don't know how, or you don't want to spend the time, then buy it for me. But yeah, I just really thought that it would be a cool way to share some of the things that I use in my business with others, and I hope that it might be helpful for you. Anyway, let's jump into the sales. Sorry that took so long. And again, I'm excited. I want to get it at least out there, but I won't be talking about it all the time, I promise. Okay, so the first item that sold in less than 2 weeks is this AFRM Hendrix snakeskin print duster, and it's a size extra small. It sold for $25, and full disclosure on this, they haven't paid yet. This came up in my, when it sells, my VA includes the date that it sold, and so it pulled up, and it wasn't until I saw this in the link that they haven't paid yet. So this may or may not actually go through. That's the way it goes with eBay, but I thought I would share it because it was an interesting brand with interesting comps. I think I had it up for in the 40s. She offered me 25. Here we go. We don't know if she's actually going to pay or not, but I thought it was worth leaving in, even though she didn't pay yet, for the fact that it was a good brand to show. So hopefully that sells. And that took 11 days to sell. Hopefully it actually goes out the door. And again, for those that may be new, I charge for shipping on eBay. Poshmark shipping is the way Poshmark shipping goes. The buyer pays that. And on Mercari, I do free shipping. So that's out there. Next up is a Banana Republic tailored slim fit pants, size 33. They're men's. Took an offer of $16. I had done an offer to Likers, and then the person came back and said, I missed your offer. Could you send it to me again? I couldn't, because the way Poshmark has it set up. So then they offered me $16 and I accepted it. So do keep that in mind with Poshmark. If you send an offer and someone misses it, a lot of the times, unless you're sending a better offer or it's been at least, I think, 30 days, you can't send it again. So you would need to tell them, send them a nice note and say, you're more than welcome to offer it to me, but I'm just not able to send you another one. It just won't go through. So that took 9 days to sell those men's Banana Republic pants. Next up is a Mercari sale, and this is a Peck and Peck cashmere sweater. And Peck and Peck, I don't think I would have picked up Peck and Peck unless it was cashmere or some other notable fabric or notable something. It's just kind of whatever. I've never really had a lot of luck with it. Maybe it does well for others, but because it was cashmere, I picked it up. Got this, I'm pretty sure at the bins. I love finding cashmere at the bins. I love finding cashmere in general. It's been flying off the shelves. I have a lot of it, so it would be great to sell all my cashmere pieces because then that will mean a lot of money. So I took I had it up for $39. I took an offer for $34. Again, that's with free shipping. And that took 8 days to sell. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Took 8 days to sell on Mercari. Okay, next up, so this is one of those things. These came in liquidation lots. If I've mentioned it now in a few, I think what sold as well as the liquidation unboxings. These just get thrown in when you win like a liquidation auction sometimes, and so you're not really sure what to do with them. I wasn't going to list them. I was going to get rid of them at my local clearance, $1 sale that I have at the house. And I don't know what made me list it. Maybe I saw one in the feed somewhere. I don't know what made me list it because I didn't, one, know if you could list it, and two, I didn't think that anybody would want it, but apparently people buy them. They're not going to sell for a lot, but at least I'm getting rid of it. It's a sale in the store. It's somebody that comes into the store. It's just kind of like one of those activity things where, it's not necessarily a loss leader. I'm not losing money, but it's just kind of one of those things where you're going to break even. You're going to make 50 cents. You're going to make $1. It's really not worth necessarily the time put in to do it, but at least it's like traction with the store is how I look at it. And maybe I won't always put them in, but for right now, I'm just happy to get rid of them and happy that it's not something I just have to get rid of that came to me that I paid for, Actually, now that I think about it, it may be at a loss because those liquidation ones sometimes can get pretty pricey. I don't know. I'd have to look at it more specifically. But either way, at least I'm not just getting rid of it. So, what do you call it? Adhesive bra. This I just took an offer of $6. It is plus shipping. That sold in 8 days on eBay. Next up is an Under Armour pair of leggings, cold gear, and I had them up for $19, and they sold for $19 on Poshmark. Those sold in 7 days, so that was great. I do have a lot with stock photos these days. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before. I'm having my virtual assistant research stock photos for me because I've just never been very good at it. And I do find that a lot across the board in the inventory, now I have a larger percentage with stock photos, so it makes sense that I would have a lot of items selling with stock photos, but I'm just really curious if that has a lot to do with it. So to me, I pay her 25 cents per listing that she finds a stock photo for. It's a little pricey, but I think it's worth it, and I just don't have the time or the patience to do it. I like how it looks in my Poshmark closet, and I think it helps the buyer in certain situations visualize, catch their eye, make it stand out from other listings. I know you're not supposed to do it. I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay. Also on Poshmark, Hudson skinny jeans, low rise, size 29. And so in general, I'm really trying to pay more attention to the rise because I find that with pants and jeans, they just sit for a long time for me because I probably wasn't paying attention to this before. And it's not to say that other people don't wear low or mid rise, but since high rise is kind of the style and ruling the day right now, I'm really trying to pay more attention to that. So because Hudson's one of those where you could get more, but you could also only get about 20 or 25. So I let them go at 20. It was an offer. I can't remember what I had them up for, but because they were low rise, I was like, let me just kind of move this through. Now these were a quick sale. They were listed this month and they sold in 5 days. But again, I just wanted to kind of keep it going through because of the low rise. And honestly, I'm trying to remember if I bought them. I probably bought them at the bins, in which case it was still worth it to pick up. But, it's just one of those things where I am trying to fine tune and tweak some of the sourcing that I'm doing to enhance sell-through. It doesn't mean that I won't pick up a brand just because it's a brand, but now I'm going a little bit further from brand to item type to style to, elements of the item and saying yes or no based on that. So just something to keep in mind if you're having a sell-through problem to maybe tweak and fine tune the sourcing on the front end, it may help out. or also just be mindful of your pricing and be more lenient with offers if it's not a desirable style. There was another point I was going to make with this, and now I forget. Maybe it'll come to me. So that's on Poshmark. $20, and I'm sorry, it took 5 days to sell on Poshmark. Next up are Lane Bryant new with tags, trousers, dress pants, whatever you want to call them. Just took an offer. Something's happening. Just took an offer for $10 on these. I definitely could have probably gotten more if I waited, but right now with eBay, man, it's in the dumpster. I'm just like trying different things. It may lead me to put free shipping back again in the new year, but I am holding steady and charging for shipping all the way through this year just to really stick with it. And I haven't made any decisions yet, but I'm just trying to, I'm not going to take everything. I'm still countering, but there's just some things where I'm like, let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep those sales happening in the store. Let's just keep the traction going with it. So anyway, that took 4 days to sell on eBay for $10 plus shipping. So, Calvin Klein wool blend trousers, took an offer of $15. Again, would have loved more, but it is what it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. This is Poshmark. These sold in 3 days. Yes. I wish I remember what the other thing I was going to say was. Free People, We the Free Catalina long sleeve thermal tunic top, size large. This $14.34. I can't remember if that's an offer, because sometimes people offer random amounts to round it up with the shipping. So it is plus shipping. I feel like that was the offered price, and I went ahead and accepted it. It wasn't new or anything, so it's just kind of a basic tunic top. That sold in 3 days on eBay, so $14.34 plus shipping. This one is a Mercari, and I love picking up my Disney costumes, and I don't sell all of them online. Some of them I do sell locally. Sorry, my throat. I've got like a thing in there. So this one is not an authentic Disney parks. It is a Disney store one, which normally I don't put up online. Normally those I'll just try to sell locally in lots when I group them by size. But for this, because it is Halloween time, I thought, why don't I just throw them all up and see what I get for it? Because either way, even if I only get $10 or $15 for it, that's still going to be more than I would get when I lot them up, and then I don't have to sit on it for a little while. So because this one didn't have any particular flaws, I went ahead and did an online for this. But normally, because it's not authentic Disney parks, you're not getting that top dollar for it, I don't put these online. I lot them up and sell them locally. So Disney Little Mermaid, $15, had it up for $19, took an offer for $15. It's lightweight. It was only a few bucks to ship. Because again, I do free shipping on Mercari. It was only 8 ounces, so it wasn't too bad. Next up is an eBay sale. This was great. I'm pretty sure that this Armani jacket came in the first airport lost luggage batch that I did. So it's nice that I'm already getting some sell-through on those, because now that I've got the second batch in, those are all starting to go up now. There's a lot of them because I basically won 1 auction the first time and 4 auctions the second time. So there's a lot going up. But it's an Armani Exchange hooded windbreaker, black, men's. And I had it up for $39, so this is 20% off. It sold for full price at $31.20 plus shipping, which was a little high, of course. But yeah, that was a great sale. And that took, the Disney Mermaid took 2 days to sell. The Armani Exchange jacket took 2 days to sell. And then the last fast seller is a North Face Thermoball Prima Loft hooded jacket, black medium. And this I took an offer of $30. Again, North Face is one of those things where I want it to get more, but there are a lot out there. This is the season to sell it, and I don't want to sit on big, heavy, fluffy, puffy things in my storage unit because they do take up a lot of room in the IKEA bags. And so this one in particular doesn't take up too much because it's one of those packable ones. So it does go into my normal, this size, reselling bag or poly bag. My foot is falling asleep. Pardon me. Oh my God. Oh, my foot is so asleep. Sorry. So I have no good way to sit here. I want the lights on me, but I'm facing this way, but my desk is this way. it's a cluster. Anyway, $30. Would have loved more. Happy to take 30. eBay plus shipping. Okay. And that took 2 days to sell. Sorry, I'm rambling. So let's go over the numbers, and then I will go over the over $30 sales. So for this week, again, nothing too special, just a solid week, down from last week. Not too happy about that, but I did have my attention focused on some other things, and so I'm always kind of lenient with myself when I know I'm still doing work. It wasn't like I was just doing nothing. I'm still doing work, it just wasn't reselling work, but in the effort to, and I'm going to start talking a little bit more about this, kind of diversifying your platforms, diversifying your income, and just giving yourself a better chance for a more well-rounded income. And so I have a lot to talk about on that in the future. So anyway, for the week of the 22nd to the 28th, Poshmark, I sold 18 items, which is so down, for $355 in sales. On eBay, it was 20 items sold, which is down, but the way eBay's been going lately hasn't been too bad, I guess, for $466 in sales. So eBay outpaced Poshmark this time around, which is sometimes odd. They used to be neck and neck, dead heat every time, and now it's like one time it's Poshmark, one time it's eBay, but mostly it's been Poshmark. And then you have Mercari always rounding out in third place at 5 items sold for $103 in sales. But again, Mercari's always been pretty steady, about 1 sale a day, give or take, and about $100 or so, give or take. Sometimes I have a really great week, usually when I'm doing some relisting, and I say we or me, and I really mean my virtual assistant, doing some relisting. That seems to always give a spike in sales on Mercari. And so our totals are 43 items sold this week for a total of $924 in sales. Again, didn't break 1,000, total bummer. But that was an average of $21.49 gross ASP. So that's great news. Very happy with that. And, that's just really due to a lot of jackets selling, a lot of cashmere selling, a lot of things that are not going to be shown in the $30 sales, but a lot of $20, $25, $27 sales. So those add up just the same. As far as the breakdown of how things are selling quickly, 12 items sold in less than 2 weeks. An additional 3 items took a month to sell. An additional 7 items took 2 months to sell. An additional 11 items took 2 to 6 months to sell, and 8 items selling in 6 months or more. So again, this is totally fine with me. I like this breakdown. I like that the bulk of my items are selling in 6 months or less. I like that, the bulk of them, again, are selling in 2 months or less. I mean, to me, everything's not going to sell in 2 weeks, and that's fine. But if the high majority, 90% of the items are selling in 6 months or less, I think that's great. If I can even shorten that window up to where the bulk of the, let's see, 12, 22. So this one, it is actually a little bit more leaning on the side of 2 months plus. But again, if you're turning your money in 2 months or less, that's great. So I'm pleased with the direction of all of that right now. And that just, when you look at your numbers and you make some analysis, and again, numbers can make you a little crazy, because you can look at them all ways. But when you start to see the numbers making sense and going in the direction that you want, it just kind of confirms all of the other things that you're doing. So when you leave something behind at the thrift store and it's hard for you to leave it behind because you want to buy it, but you're like, no, I'm going to be more disciplined. Or when you make a better decision about how you price something or whatever, all of those fine-tuning tricks that you're doing, when you see them pay off in your numbers, and not just sales numbers, but sell-through numbers and all sorts of things, it just helps you want to do those things more. It gives you a little bit of motivation, at least for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the items that sold for over $30. Again, some of them are repeats because they may have sold quickly and for over $30. So this is one of them. It's the Peck and Peck cashmere sweater. So it sold for $34. And again, this was a, it's a free shipping. And like on eBay, I don't include the shipping when I include them. So, but this is the only number I have. So, we saw that already. We saw Armani Exchange already. So this was $31 before the shipping. So that was a over $30 sale. The North Face, we saw an over $30 sale. This was one that didn't sell quickly, but sold for over $30. And it has a typo in the, in the thing. And I thought I fixed that, which is so weird. Unless I had 2 pairs of driftwood, maybe the typo was in both of them and then I didn't fix it in the other. I don't know what happened there, but it happens. So thank God I didn't like let it go for, you know, low because I had a typo in there. But anyway, so just driftwood skinny jeans. Sorry, with some embroidery along the leg, and those sold for $30 plus shipping. This is a Hollister jacket. So this was up since June. And so that's the thing. I bought it in June. I put it up in June, but obviously it's not going to sell in June. It's a giant puffer jacket. So now it's the time to sell. So I think those are fine. So $30 for a Hollister jacket. This was kind of one of those where I was like, let me see, because I don't pick up a lot of Hollister, but I have to tell you, I've been paying a little bit more attention to it. You price it right and have realistic expectations for it, people still want to buy it. They just don't want to pay a lot of money for it. So something to be said for Hollister there. And maybe I'm slow on that. Maybe I've been sleeping on it all this time, but I just found out about it. And then this is funny. So talk about having one of those like serendipity moments where you think about something and then it happens. I was pulling items for shipping, and this thing, because it's very puffy and big, and I didn't have the big resealable bags. I had a flap bag, so it's in a bag. I had to use a sticker, so it's kind of weird because it's always sloshing around inside the bag. You can't squeeze the air out of it. And it fell down, and I was like, when is this thing ever going to sell? This thing's never going to sell. I don't know why I bought it. I bought it because it was LL Bean. Nobody's going to want this thing. Blech. And I put it back on the shelf, and I was like all pissy about it. And then lo and behold, next day it sold for full price. And I was like, wow, okay, awesome. So thank you, reseller gods, for that sale, because I was getting very upset with this item. It's an LL Bean wool button down plaid, you know, jacket, shirt, jacket, whatever. But it's a size 16 boys. And I think probably I didn't look at the size, bought it thinking it was maybe an adult one or something, because I don't really pick up those large size of kids. Like 12 is probably my max, and that's even pushing it. Really 10 on a girl is my max. And boys, I don't pick up that stuff either that much, because I just don't know if people are buying those sizes for their kids that much anymore. I feel like maybe the kid is more involved in what they're wearing or something. I don't know. I don't know the psychology behind it. I just know that for me, I haven't really gone into those bigger kids sizes. So I'm just really grateful that this sold. I'm grateful that it sold for full price. Thank you so much. And it's a big bulky thing that's no longer in my storage. So those are all of the sales for over $30 that sold in less than 2 weeks. Again, a solid week, nothing to write home about, down a little bit from last week, but you have those weeks sometimes. And I would just encourage everyone, as we're about to head into Q4, do the best you can, but don't get crazy. I don't get crazy about the fact that it's Q4. I say it because it's coming up, and because for me, Q4, really, I'm in a personal space for Q4. Like I said, my birthday, all the holidays, my husband's birthday, my mom's birthday, Gio's birthday, like everything happens, in this Q4 time frame. So I can't be all crazy about work. I'm going to do my normal stuff. I don't sell on Amazon. It is what it is. And, that's that. But if you're somebody that this is a go time for you, I wish you the best of luck with it. For everyone else, it's just kind of doing their normal thing. Hopefully we just have a nice end to our years as we head into this last quarter. And I hope you have a wonderful week going forward. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Reseller Mom content to get more done, make more money, and stay sane while raising kids and reselling online. Have a great week. Bye.